Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell. You can also like our videos. Those who support our channel, I want to say asanteni sana. William Ruto is battling yet another fight within his administration. This time round, this fight is being caused by the recent Salaries and Remuneration Commission that reviewed salaries of civil servants and decided that henceforth the chief administrative secretaries will be earning more than the principal secretaries. This is the cause of the fight. Apparently, during the previous regime, the principal secretaries were earning higher than the chief administrative secretaries. But then there was a review that was done and their salaries were reduced at par. So they were earning the same amount. But when Ruto got into office, he rewarded his friends the positions of the chief administrative secretaries, and the Salaries and Remuneration Commission decided that they will be earning more than the accounting officers in those very ministries. This story, by the way, is in Business Daily. SRC raises President Ruto's CAS Pay to 780,000 shillings in review. It goes on to say that the new chief administrative secretaries will be earning more than principal secretaries after the Salaries and Remuneration Commission raised their monthly pay to 780,000, putting them in the league of Kenya's top 6 best paid officials in the public service. A new SRC advisory to the Public Service Commission shows that CS's monthly pay will rise from 765,188 following a job evaluation that put the position in a higher job grade. So the chief administrative secretaries are really not a happy lot, because their appointment has been rocked and bedeviled with a lot of controversy. First, the Law Society of Kenya and some Kenyans of goodwill went and petitioned their appointment in the courts, and the courts have really rejected them. But William Ruto definitely decided to appoint them into offices. Even Parliament refused to vet them, citing that there is no any requirements in the Constitution that mandates them to first vet the chief administrative secretaries. The principal secretaries, who are also the accounting officers in their several ministries, feel that there is nothing that the 50 CSs are coming to do. They feel that this is tantamount to duplicating the functions, because in all honesty, what are the 50 CSs coming to do? That was the question that even the Law Society of Kenya asked. And they even said that most of them are coming from 2 tribes, just the 3/4 are coming from 2 tribes. And then it also goes against the spirit of the campaigns, the Kenya Kwanza campaigns, when they said that they were forming a government of the hustler. Serikali ya mtu ya chini. In your own view, who should earn more? Is it the chief administrative secretaries or the principal secretaries? If you ask me, we do not need the positions of the 50 chief administrative secretaries, because one, as I have said earlier, it is duplication of work. Number 2, they have recycled men and women who should not be in that office. I don't understand why someone like Kidero should be in that office. Let me tell you something, you take it or leave it. One of the reasons why people are given a job is because they want to earn a living. I understand that in the spirit of meritocracy, anyone who merits to be in an office should be given an opportunity. And Kidero befits any office. He's a Kenyan, he's qualified. But then, this is a man, I'm just using him as an example, not for anything. I don't have anything against him, but I'm just using him as an example, as one of the chief administrative secretaries. He's a man who has made his wealth, he's rich. So if we were to look at rewarding positions, this position should have gone to someone else. There are sons and daughters who complete universities and they need these jobs. Instead of recycling those who have been in government, this position, if at all they had to be there, they're supposed to go to the young men and women, as Ruto had promised them, that hii serikali itakuwa the hustler and the youths. He really built his campaigns around the youths. It is also coming against the backdrop of an already bloated cabinet. The wage bill is already overwhelmed, and so adding more 50, this is quite unnecessary. In fact, in my earlier video, I analyzed just how the Salaries and Remuneration Commission has also decided to increase the salaries of the president and his deputy in the next budget. So I'm looking at this government and they don't care about the hustler. They talk too much about the hustler but very little action. And if there is any action, it is against the hustler. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the cause of the fight. And Waswahili wanasema mwiba wa kujidunga huambiwi pole. William Ruto, simply put, is shooting himself in the foot because he wanted to reward his cronies. He wanted to ensure that his government gives a shelter to all the people who supported him in his campaigns. Experts are calling upon him to just decide and pick the bull by its horns and decide that we don't need the chief administrative secretaries. This is the secret why William Ruto is overtaxing Kenyans. That is why you hear every sector there is a proposal to be taxed. That is why you hear that the VAT on fuel is going to be increased from 8%, the value added tax, from 8% to 16%. This is why they need the 3%, the housing project, because that project will give them about 7 billion, is it 7 billion Kenya shillings every month, and they want to have access to some money, because for this administration to sustain that wage bill, it is not very easy. So this fight is really giving William Samoei Ruto headache, and he doesn't know what to do. I want to urge the courts to act, because when the courts have given an order, those orders are supposed to be followed to the letter. My only problem is that there is a cordial relationship between the executive and the judiciary. Yesterday, the president of the courts, Madam Martha Koome, appeared elegantly in a very nice Toyota sports car, and that has really elicited a lot of debate. Many Kenyans felt that she is being rewarded for upholding ostensibly the Ruto's win during the Supreme Court petition. And so this kind of relationship might not really help a lot. It gives William Ruto the leeway to do whatever he wants, and the courts will do nothing. They can do nothing because they have been compromised before. I don't know how William Ruto is going to fix this mess, but if it continues, it is really going to slow down an already rotten economic pathway. Because William Ruto said that he has a plan to fix our economy, but that plan is not working because the cost of living is just too high. Kenyans are staring at a possibility of being overtaxed. Already the cost of basic commodities, electricity and unga and everything is just soaring high. And this is happening, yet we have not even read our budget. We have not even passed the Finance Bill 2023. So things are not really working. So if these people continue fighting, Kenyans must prepare for hard times ahead, because with the increment of the salaries of the office of the president and the deputy president and this kind of fights and already bloated wage bill, I don't know what Kenyans are going to do. So, but we have ourselves to blame, and I must tell hustlers that this is the time, this is a wake-up call, because they really voted in William Ruto. They swallowed the fallacies that they were being given. They swallowed the blame game that were games that were being given, that oh, Uhuru was bad, Raila was bad. Now this is the moment of truth. They can see for themselves. Next time we're given an opportunity to choose our leaders from the MCA to the presidency, let us look at the policies, and not just the policies on paper, not just people who know how to talk good, because William Ruto is an orator. He's an expert in public speaking. He understands. The other day you saw him speaking until the AU heads of state stood up giving him a standing ovation, and he knows what he's doing. He knows that when you talk and speak well, it doesn't matter whether you implement what you say. So we are yet to see what is going to happen and how William Ruto is going to maneuver until he calms down the fight. Before we know it, they might just decide to increase the salaries of the principal secretaries so that no one is complaining. Ladies and gentlemen, it's sad, a sad state of affairs, but that is how it is, and that is my take.